Establishing value through the use of shading is a fundamental skill for all visual artists and designers. Water-soluble graphite pencils can take your shading projects to the next level, allowing you to blend and even out different values with a few quick brushstrokes. There are a lot of water-soluble graphite pencils available. In this video, we're going to test some out and see how they stack up. We've got a Lyra water-soluble stick, Graphitone pencil by Derwent, Graphite Aquarelle by Faber-Castell, Derwent's water-soluble sketching series, and Viarco's Art Graph tin box. I also grabbed a couple watercolor pencils to test alongside the graphite. What I'm looking to do here is apply a variety of marks, some very light and some that really dig into the paper, to see how they reconstitute once we apply water to them. One of watercolor's elastic strengths is its ease in working wet into wet. Generally, when we say wet into wet, we refer to manipulating paint which has already been applied to a substrate but hasn't yet fully dried. But in this case, I'm referring to flow. It's a common practice to lay down large swaths of water on your watercolor paper and then selectively add pigment to allow it to flow into the wet area organically. A good example of this is in the intro to this video on ink. I know that these water-soluble graphites and the watercolor pencils are quite different from traditional watercolor, but many advertise themselves as such, and I love using them in this way, so it seems relevant to give it a try here. This is also why I'm trying out the two watercolor pencils at the end to see how they're stacking up in comparison. In the end, none of the pencils worked out as well on the water first layer as I had hoped for. The Aquarelle achieved the deepest black by far. It and the Lyra are both a bit warmer than the others. And if you're looking for something that behaves the most like traditional watercolors, Viarco's Art Graph tin box is the way to go.